at the management and how it's all run to make you fail. And if they made these changes, more CHEK practitioners would be super successful. They would sell more courses, and it would be the gold standard of the fitness industry. Now, one thing is that you're paying £11,000, £322 a month, to get a qualification that they've never tried to get vocationally qualified. Now, if it was in a university, which they said they were going to do about 15, 13 years ago, but it never happened, as far as I know. So because it's not recognised by universities, it's not recognised by the fitness organisations, and it's not recognised by doctors, physios, or osteopaths, who the CHEKInstitute want you to work with and get referrals from. But if they don't believe in it, and the founder is doing things online that is discrediting it, can you see how they're making it worse and not better, in my view? So scientific core, scientific back, program design, neuroconditioning is fantastic. Swiss ball training, medicine ball training, all them courses are excellent from the knowledge that you learn. But you're learning all this elite knowledge to enable you to be the elite in the gym, but the gyms don't recognise you. The physio, the doctor, the osteopath doesn't recognise you. My doctor said to me, "What do you do for a living?" I said, "I'm a CHEK practitioner." He went, "Oh, you're a doctor?" I went, "No, I'm a corrective holistic exercise specialist with over 35 years of workout experience and 27 years of gym experience." He went, "Oh, you've done your 10,000 hours then. You're definitely an expert in your field." And I went, "Yes, definitely, but it's not recognised like that in the real world." And this is what is trashing the Institute. And when I spoke to the CEO, and he said to me they weren't spending any money on advertising when the company's estimated worth is over £32,000, spending £50,000 being a Fit Pro or some sort of educational conference to put the name out there is peanuts. It's chicken feed to them. It's absolutely nothing. And they would get tax relief on it and get the money back in some way. So I just don't understand why you would set your practitioners up for failure. Yes, in this CHEK system, you've got to be good at sales. You've got to be walking your talk like I do. And you've got to be able to show that you can do the assessments thoroughly. I've had to do the assessments like many, many times with clients to pinpoint them to get them right. Now, a lot of the tools that I was taught to use, some of them I don't use anymore, because when the client walks in, I can see visually what's going on. But sometimes I'll measure them out everywhere, because if that client is a left brain dominant person, they want to see me measuring stuff and writing it all down. But if it's a right brain dominant person like myself, they're not really bothered about that. They just want to get out of pain. They just want to feel better. They just want to lose weight. They just want to feel fitter and stronger. So I believe that the faculty are not really walking their talk. If the faculty had high amounts of muscle and high amounts of strength, you don't even hardly see any of them train on YouTube. Why they're not training and doing videos like I am on a constant basis to market everybody, not just themselves. And then when you get to my level, you realise it's all a click, okay? So you will only get a referral from a faculty member if they're too busy. But the faculty members are not too busy because they're getting their clients from the student. The student becomes the client. Does that make sense? So that means if you go all the way to the top, this is what I said to the CEO as well. If you go all the way to the top to level 5, There's no golden nugget. So if you spend £11,000 or £40,000 like I spent, you get to the top and you're like, well, why did I spend all this money? Yes, I've got this huge amounts of knowledge, loads of hundreds of tools in my toolbox, but half of them I can't even use or stay redundant. Does that make sense? And then the founder keeps adding more and more and more and more stuff to it, to the program, which overcomplicates it even more, that makes it even harder to sell. That's why I've not done the Spirit Gym stuff. Because I know from my own experience of 27 years, as soon as you start talking about chakras, unless that client knows what it is and is into yoga or something, they get it. But the other percentage of clients go, it's all bullshit, woo-woo, just train me, Scott, I just want to feel better. Does that make sense? And you're not going to sack that client because then you'd lose revenue. So doing the courses and studying it is hard work. There should be a major reward for all that work. When you become a doctor, which is 6 years, the CHEKInstitute is 3 years, but it used to be 5 or 6. When you become a doctor, you're guaranteed 100 grand a year. When you become a Chek practitioner, you'll be struggling every year because of the way they've set it up. Does that make sense? If you look at CHEK website, they've got level 5s, not me. The CEO's on there, which shouldn't be on there because that's conflict of interest. Then you've got a level 3, then you've got a level 2, then you've got a level 1, then you've got a level nobody. And you're like, where's the uniform like there is in the courses? It should be all the level 5s on the front, then the level 4s, then the level 3s, then the level 2s, then the level 1s. So then the general public know that when they go in Google, if you put in Chek Practitioner London, say, because you're looking for Chek Practitioner, you will see me at the top, level 5. Then you'll see a level 2. Then you'll see somebody saying that they're certified, they haven't got a license, they've never been certified, because to be certified you need to be a level 5. But because the public don't know this, they're still bleeding off of all the other trainers who've done the 5 years or 3 years consecutively. This is my gripe. I said to the CEO, look, I'll do it for free, I'll monitor it, and if you give me the email to send out to people, take it off your website, you're lying, you haven't completed it. But, oh no, we don't want to spend the money, which is stupid because it's setting the system up for failure. And with my 52 videos that are out there now, people will think second about doing the Chek stuff. Would I do it again? I've said no in a recent video only because I know how hard it is to make money once you've got to level 5. So they want you to work with 12 other people, professional in their fields, who don't even recognise it, who don't even know what it is. So you're in the constant sale mode, trying to sell it to people, trying to convince people. It shouldn't be like that. You don't have to convince somebody if they're a physio. You don't have to convince somebody if they're a chiropractor or an osteopath or a personal trainer. And this is why I've always marketed personal training first and Chek practitioner second. Because personal trainer is searched for in Google every month over 45,000 times. In the seasons it goes up and down, right? Chek practitioner is only searched for 12 times a month. 12 times a month. So if you only search for 12 times a month, you could still be the top of page 1 like I am, personal fitness trainer, Chek practitioner London, and still not get absolutely anything, because on average, any business entrepreneur that knows the internet will tell you it's not, you get 10 time waster leads. It's the 11th or 12th that actually signs up. And why is the faculty all using their names for their websites? Instead of, like I've done, learning the internet and how it all works, not using my name, using the name of what I'm trying to sell. It doesn't make logical sense to me. It makes them look really stupid, or they're totally in their ego. They think that people are going to put their name in when they're not even fucking famous. Paul Chek is the only one that's famous. So they're all jumping off of Paul Chek's name, but he's the top of the tree, so he's always going to get the golden goose type thing. Does that make sense? And then telling people, oh right, what you need to do, don't work in the fitness industry, open up your own studio. You open up your own studio that costs you a fucking arm and a leg, and then you're stupid and you charge the same as a normal £50 an hour PT, which even 27 years ago I wasn't charging £50 an hour. So they're setting themselves up for failure again by not charging enough. And then I've heard on the grapevine that now they're telling people to reduce their rates. Oh, you shouldn't be, if you're a level 4, you shouldn't be charging £150 or £200 an hour like I do. Well, why? I'm self-employed. I paid my money. Why am I going to let you tell me what to charge when you don't let me tell you what to charge for your scientific course training, which is scientific core training, which is £250, which probably for the manual and the DVDs is probably only costing £50. So they're making a £200 profit. Do you see my point? So if they was to make it and they was to say to CHEK practitioners, all of them, you need to push the name on the internet. You need to do blogs on the internet. Like I do all the time. If every CHEK practitioner around the world was doing one blog a week about CHEK practitioners and putting in personal training name as well, it would skyrocket and go to number 1. So people would go in the gyms or in the fitness world, oh, I've heard about physios, but I've heard they're not very good. I've heard about personal trainers, and I've heard they're not very good. But I've heard about CHEK practitioners. They study for 6 years, which is like a doctor's degree, and they've done 10,000 hours. So this means that I'm working with the best of the best. Oh yeah, I may pay £200 for a level 5, but I'm paying for the best of the best, and that's what I want. Does that make sense? And this is where I don't understand. Why would you not have the CHEK Connect website, which is the front window of the Institute for people to find the CHEK practitioner? It's total crap. It doesn't work. They can't find you. And then you've got level 4s, level 3s, level 0, level nothing on the homepage of it. Even the CEO's there when he shouldn't even be there. It's conflict of interest. It's like as if he's going, right, I'm going to grab as much as I can, but I still want you to pay your £11,000 to do my course. And you're not going to get any work at it. Stupid. So they're looking at you in the class and looking at you going, you're a twat. You're giving me £311 a month. That's paying for my organic food. That's paying for my horse. That's paying for my electric car. But you're going to be bankrupt. I'm not, even though I've been bankrupt once already. Does that make sense? And the reason why I'm putting it so strongly is so you wake the fuck up and realise that all you need to do, the Institute, is make these slight little changes and it would be astronomical. It would be known in the gym world, which it isn't now. Like I said in a video before, I spoke to over 50 members of one gym. Heard of Paul Chek? No. Heard of Paul Chek? No. Heard of the CHEKInstitute? No. 51, the last person I spoke to, oh yeah, I like his stuff, but him smoking that tobacco, affecting the capillaries, and he's supposed to be a fitness guru, that doesn't make sense to me, Scott. Well, it doesn't make sense to me either. It's really devaluing the whole system. Now, I don't care what you do privately. Do it privately if you're doing stuff that you shouldn't be showing online. But why would you do it online when you own a business estimated worth of 32 million? Wouldn't you want to keep it under wraps just in case it affects that 32 million from going up? It's just not logical to me. But I know he says he's got a massive ego. But if you've got a massive ego, you need to see the damage that your ego is doing to your own practitioners. Like I said, I've had 4 famous people say to me, you're not doing that tobacco stuff, Scott, are you? You're not doing trips and ayahuasca and... No, I don't do any of that, and I'd never do any of that because it's totally unprofessional. It just doesn't make logical sense to me. The program is amazing. Once you get to my level, you can just see stuff. You can hear stuff on the phone. I can hear when somebody's stressed, when their breathing rate is out, when they're walking in towards my consultation. I can see that they've got anterior pelvic tilt. I can see that they've got bad forward head posture. I can see and hear that they've got an inverted breathing pattern. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I had stopped at level 2 or level 1 or level 3. That's why I went all the way and didn't stop till I got all the way. But I didn't realise that the Institute sabotages you. It's total sabotage. It should be, they've got faculty members on the main website, which is absolutely crap. There's so many things wrong with it that I got asked in the first email, oh, have a look at our website. We like your honest opinion and we'd like you to tell us what's wrong. I'm not going to tell you what's wrong unless you pay me. Why should I give it away for free when you give me 0 for free? I even had to pay for my last license, which I'd done with pride. I paid for my license, even though I know it's not recognised anywhere. Nobody will ask for it, and it's just a cash grab. That's all it is, but I still paid it. So as you can see, I'm quite emotional this morning. So I'm not slating what you learn. I'm not slating that at all. What I'm slating is the management are so in their own egos that they can't see what they're doing to their own practitioners. And as we know, in the fitness industry, people quit within the first 3 months or the first 6 months. And it's only people like me, like a dog with a bone, that doesn't give up no matter what's going on in my life. That's why I'm still in the fitness world all these years on, 27 years on. So I just don't understand. You know, just because I'm dyslexic doesn't mean I'm stupid. Einstein, dyslexic, invented the atomic bomb, okay? Steve Jobs invented the iPhone I'm using to record that everyone's got in their pocket. Then you've got Winston Churchill, dyslexic, got us through the Second World War. Everybody said he's doing things wrong. They didn't believe in him. But then he became a hero because he changed the Second World War and helped us beat the Nazis. Then you've got Tom Cruise, one of the biggest movie stars ever. So why wouldn't they look at me and say, Scott looks at things in a different way? Yes, he's very full on, he's in your face, but that's just my style. The same as Paul, he's full on and in your face. But I'm not going to go online and advocate doing ayahuasca or smoking tobacco because I know it's completely unprofessional and looks really, really bad. And I would never do it anyway. So with the Einstein dyslexic that I call myself, is that I look at things in such a different way compared to the person with the degree or the O-level. And that's why I think I really liked the Chek stuff and kept going all the way, because I look at things in such a different way when I'm working with a client. And because I've been working out since I was 14 and got into drugs, stopped drugs completely and never been back, and then started my strength and conditioning program when I was 19, I think this is why I see things in such a different light. I'm not one of these people, like many practitioners can be like this. Started training in 2000. Oh, I want to become a PT. Oh, now I'm going to do the Chek stuff. But I've got no background in strength and conditioning. This is what I didn't understand as well. There's a guy who's a brilliant strength and conditioning coach. He's getting really well known now through his field. They asked a faculty member to teach deadlifting that doesn't deadlift. Where's the logic in that? You know, if I'm going to a seminar, say if I went to a seminar about getting your arms bigger and the guy had 12-inch arms, I'm not going to that seminar. But if the guy's got 18, 19-inch arms, I'm definitely going to that seminar. Does that make sense? Then the other thing is advanced program design and program design is excellent, but it's flawed because gaining muscle and losing fat is what you need to do to lose fat. But the program design in advanced program design and program design is not formatted in the right way. If you add German volume training in it and more different ways of tempo training in it, the Chek practitioner would see huge results in their own bodies as well as their clients. And this is what I said about the Charles Harlequin guys. Yeah, they may have forward head posture, they may have a bit of an inverted breathing pattern, but their knowledge of how to get ripped and lean is number one. And how to get super strong is number one. I went to Paul Chek's old gym in San Diego, California. He had 5 or 6 athletes that he worked with on the wall. Charles Harlequin had athletes on every single wall, knowing that that's his marketing way and obviously the amount of athletes that he's worked with. I said to the Institute, to Gavin, I said, Gavin, why isn't they marketing the people that they've worked with and the success that they've got? All of a sudden, I see it on the website and I'm thinking, brilliant, that's really good, that's fantastic, because that will big up everybody else. Now they've taken it down. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like as if these people in the Institute do not know how to market online properly, in my view. I've done 52 videos. They're all coming up on certain keywords and searches because I know how to do it. They don't know how to do it at all, which is surprising. And then I said to faculty, right, why don't you do an arm conditioning course? Why don't you do a leg conditioning course? Why don't you do how to gain 20 pounds of muscle in 3 months course? To get more of the general people to understand it and to understand that Chek practitioners are the elite in the fitness industry. Fell on deaf ears. Nothing ever happened. And I'm like, they're wondering why they're struggling to get students, which they are now from what I can gather. And the reason why I know this is that a friend of mine got an email from a faculty member, oh, we're lowering our prices, so come and work with us now because we're not £150 an hour anymore, we've reduced it massively. What do you think that says to the person? They look at that and they think, they're desperate, they're struggling, they're not getting anybody. I put my rate up to £200 an hour. I've got a waiting list now. So I just don't get it. Why would you not make sure that level 1s, level 2s, level 3s and level 5s are super busy and super successful? Or why don't they have a list of doctors, physios, osteopaths and all the other professionals? Right, go and see John, go and book with him. He'll send you leads as long as you do a referral back. Like, I've tried all that. I've had a physio, an osteopath, and a chiropractor I used to refer to. Now, Paul used to say, if in doubt, the phone comes out. So I believe in this. I'd send any of them professionals, even Chek practitioners, I've sent them 2 clients or 1 client, never got anything back. So even having that 12 list doesn't work. Does not work. It's complete BS. It doesn't work. The same as having your own facility does not work. Now, the CEO's facility works because he's got all the up and coming trainers and other professionals going to his to learn the whole system so he can tap into everybody. But if that wasn't there, he'd be bankrupt again. Do you see my point? And then I said to the CEO, why is there no golden nugget at the top? It should be marketed on their website. Once you reach a certain level, you definitely become faculty. But you don't have to do 5 weeks of free work. Or when they say, oh, right, we want you to do this for us. Instead of paying you, we're going to give you a certificate and we're going to give you this online course, which we've already set up, that doesn't cost us anything. And you'll have to print off your own certificate, so that doesn't cost you anything, which is totally against the law. And then on their own website, having nothing for people with disabilities, that's against the law. And remember, if you change it and you update it, we can look back into the dates of when you changed it. So when it goes wherever it's going, they can see that you've changed it all, because everything is dated. And I've screenshotted everything. So I know that, how could you not say we help people with any disability? Now, on my Google profile, if you're disabled, you can come and see me. I'll carry you up the stairs if you're in a wheelchair. That's how much I love what I do. Does that make sense? So I'm not slating what you learn. I'm slating the cost. I'm slating 3 years when it used to be 5 or 6. What have they got rid of? And what have they shrunk together to shorten it? Because I tell you what, 3 years, that's going to be one hell of an intense 3 years. It needs to be spread out because there's so much you need to master. I've read 1,000 books because there's so much stuff to learn, and I'm still learning. So I'll look in the manuals that I've got and I'll go, right, that seems really good to learn, but it's not in the manual, but the book is. So there'll be golden nuggets in that manual that's not been mentioned in the official manual. Does that make sense? And that's enabled me to get more insights and deeper than the average practitioner that's not doing that is just doing the prerequisite, then putting it on the shelf. Does that make sense? So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, please like. I know it's been a bit long, but I'm so passionate about this, and I need to be standing up and counted. And what they did to me was 100% out of order. And like I said before, if I was getting regular leads and referrals and I was recognised, like I asked before I got threatened by 2 faculty for them to take legal action against the truth, you know, it's just totally wrong. You can't
It's
treat...
11 o'clock.
It's 11 o'clock. You can't treat people like that, especially an Essex boy bouncer with 16 years of being in people's faces. No, mate, you can't come in. Oh, but mate, you know, my friend's in there. I've had every single thing thrown at me. Is unbelievable. And that's why sending me threatening emails 4 times. I said in the long video on the homepage, just do the right thing. Let's get it sorted. But what did they do? 4 times. There's probably going to be another 4 times, but I'll publicise it all. And that'll... the reputation of the Institute, not my reputation, because I'm putting the truth out there and I'm trying to help people to not make £11,000, huge mistake. Think about £11,000 off of your mortgage. Think about the car that you could buy for £11,000. Think about all the holidays you could have for £11,000. So why would you want a certificate that is not a pot to piss in, as the CEO says and Paul Chek says, not a pot to piss in? That's what you'll end up with. Struggling to get clients, struggling in which to make a living, because the fitness industry, like the CEO says, is cutthroat. It's so cutthroat, it's unbelievable. And it's got worse over the years. And this is why I don't refer to any other practitioner anymore. I don't refer to other professionals anymore unless I can see that they're genuine, caring, loving, and they do the reciprocal back. But it's all about greed now in 2026. So thank you for listening to the video. Thank you for watching all the way through. Please watch the other 52 videos I've uploaded. There's a huge more amount to come, which is exposing other stuff. And I just am grateful that I did it. I'm grateful that I went all the way, but I paid. None of it was free. None of it was given to me on a plate. I paid my dues. I've done the work. I've done the marketing. Put into Google, CHEK Practitioner London, me. Put into Google, CHEK Practitioner UK, me. Put into Google, find a CHEK Practitioner, me. Put in Google, CHEK Practitioner Lancashire, you'll find me number 3. So I've done the hard work of all the marketing, getting the website 150% correct, because I had to learn it over a long period of time, because I had over 7 web guys that bullshit and lie to you, that will make you a pretty website, but the website won't make you any money. And some CHEK practitioners I've heard say, oh, my website is just a business card online. It doesn't make me any money, but it costs me £2,000-3,000 a year. Complete idiot. Your website should be making you £30,000 to £40,000 a year if you've got it right. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's a bit long, I know, but please subscribe, please like, and please share. And think before you sign up for £322 a month for a certificate that's not going to give you a pot to piss in, and it's not recognised by any official body in the UK or America apart from the Institute itself. Really smart that, isn't it? We're going to recognise our own certificate, but it's not recognised anywhere else. But because we recognise it, it's completely fine. It isn't completely fine. Thanks very much. Bye.